Hello, beautiful people, fellow humans. I'm Pip Waller and this is Being Human. And this is a little video about how to take care of yourself if you're home alone with COVID or another nasty virus. So first of all, I want to say the main thing to start with is don't panic. You've got an amazing body. Your body's incredibly resourceful, and everything you can do with natural medicine to support it is all about supporting your own body to come to where it wants to be, which is in balance with the world around it. So general rules about looking after yourself when you've got a fever or a virus infection, really, a respiratory virus infection of any kind. First of all, you really need to rest. Do not push yourself. Don't go and do loads of exercise. Rest. Drink lots of fluids, warm water, warm herb tea. Nice herb teas would be, there's a very famous one, elderflower, peppermint and yarrow. Nice mixture when you've got any kind of fever or cold or flu-y type illness, including COVID. Other things that are specifically good, seem to be definitely helpful for COVID, is dandelion leaf and nettles. So those are two great ones to have as teas. And nettles got an amazing effect on the blood. Really good, supportive, blood cleansing, but also supports all your blood vessels. So, and it's got an anti-allergic action. So some of the more serious problems from COVID seem to be to do with a person's own immune system reacting to it in a certain way. And so nettles will be a good thing to keep that calm and also nourish and help and assist your circulation. So herbs, otherwise, I've got a really nice, my favourite mix of herbs is Scutellaria bicalensis, or it's a skullcap, bical skullcap, and sweet wormwood, Artemisia annua. They're Chinese herbs. And then I like old favourite echinacea and also elderberries, Sambucus fructus. Elderberries, really good, powerful antiviral effect, both of those. And then I love Inula elecampane, which is one of my favourite herbs for the lungs, for deeply supporting and helping the lungs. And also Marubium, which is white horehound, which is, it's got a very lovely effect on just loosening, allowing the lungs to make a nice loose mucus that they can clean themselves easily. And what else do I like to put in? Oh, licorice. Licorice is really wonderful. Not good for some people long term because of a possible effect on raising the blood pressure in some people, but short term it's not a problem. And yeah, and sometimes I'd go for a bit of something like ginger or cayenne. You could have ginger as tea, something warming that's going to help get the blood round and get those herbs around the body. And there's other herbs too, but that's a good basic start. And then, of course, your nutrients, most important for your immune system, and definitely been found that people with very low vitamin D, and which is more common than you might think actually, because apparently, God, I read somewhere that modern humans, we spend about 90% of our time indoors, which is horrendous, really. And in the northern parts of the world, like the UK, you can't get enough sun. Even if you're outdoors a lot, with a lot of your skin bared, you're still possibly going to be a bit short in vitamin D. So really good idea to be taking a nice vitamin D supplement, vitamin D3, and also zinc. You need a good amount of zinc for your immune system. You could eat pumpkin seeds. You could get if you're going to get minerals, make sure you get food state, or minerals that come from a kind of a food in a similar state to in food, bioavailable, rather than just, sometimes they're just mined from the subsoil and it's not so easy for your body then to use them. And the other thing, of course, is vitamin C. So if you haven't already watched it, watch the video about how to take vitamin C. And also you want to take very high doses if you're actually currently ill. So you can get yourself powder, vitamin C powder or tablets, capsules, and you want to take, I would be taking anything between 5 grams, that's 5,000 milligrams, and maybe even 30 a day if I was actively ill with a bad virus. So you want to be taking 1 to 2 grams a day just for prevention at the moment, and really up it if you're ill. And you can take vitamin C to bowel tolerance, which means you take it until you get diarrhea. And it can be astonishing how much you can actually tolerate when you're actively fighting a virus. So also another nice little thing you can do is Ravensara and Bay Laurel essential oils. There are other essential oils, but these are my 2 favourite. Just put a few drops neat on the soles of your feet and rub it in. It'll go into your blood, and then you'll breathe it out through your lungs, so it'll get to all the little alveoli in your lungs. Yeah, and don't worry if you're not hungry. In fact, I would definitely avoid eating any heavy food. You know, if you need to eat, then go for things like vegetable soup, very light things, because there's an old saying which was feed a cold, starve a fever. So it's like if you've got a fever and your immune system's very active in trying to fight something. And with this COVID thing, we don't know, exactly where did it come from, but it is quite new, and it does seem likely that it was genetically modified in a lab. These weird gain of function experiments that they're doing, God knows why you'd want to do that, but to genetically modify a virus from an animal so that it would infect a human, so you can, I don't know what anyway, apparently it's all good. So if you've got faith in science, there you go. But anyway, that's the likely thing, that this COVID-19 thing escaped from there. And now we've got it. It's in the world, it's out. You need to get your own immunity sorted. And it seems that even the vaccines aren't effective for everyone. So yeah, you might want to have a nice little plan about what you're going to do, and really don't panic. There's lots of lovely things you can do for yourself, really relaxing, really resting. Some people are going to feel absolutely awful without being bad enough to go to hospital, or, you can really feel awful with this thing. So be gentle with yourself, get informed, and have trust in your body, your wonderful body that can come up with amazing solutions to problems. Yeah, and if you have any problem getting the medicines, I'm happy to do phone call or email or online, little mini consultations, and I can supply the medicines for you, or the whole thing with the vitamins COVID care pack. You can find me on pipwaller.co.uk, and there's quite a few, all this information's down there on my website, so you can find it, read about it. And a lot of these things are helpful for what's being called long COVID, although I want to say that a post-viral fatigue or feeling rotten after having a bad virus, that's very common. It doesn't mean you're going to be ill for the rest of your life. I mean, we kind of lost the habit of understanding about the need for convalescence after serious illness, because we've got this culture, we'd kind of evolved this culture that where you just took loads of drugs to suppress your symptoms and carried on regardless. But it's not abnormal to be ill for weeks or even months after a quite heavy dose of a virus. So don't panic about that, and lots can be done with natural medicine, as I've said before. So lots of love to everyone in these strange times on our amazingly beautiful planet, and in celebration of being human and our opportunity to be here in a human body in this lifetime. I'm Pip Waller, this is Being Human. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and tell your friends.